Praise be to Jesus. Francis appointed bishop touts women's ordination. Transformation of the priesthood is underway. An Australian bishop recently told priests that admitting women to the priesthood in the church's current state of affairs would be like pouring new wine into old wineskins, but that a transformation of the priesthood was underway. Vincent Long Van Gwen, OFM, Bishop of Parramatta, Diocese of Sydney, Australia, gave an address in September to the New Zealand National Assembly of Diocesan Clergy about the current crisis rocking the church, blaming the clerical abuse crisis on a faulty conception of the priesthood. Long mentioned women's ordination as a possibility, but only after even more sweeping changes. As important as it is to consider the question of women ordained ministry in the church, it is far worse to persist with structures that fail to convey the message of the gospel to the deep yearnings of the men and women of today, he told his audience. Adding women into the mix in terms of admitting them to ordination might be likened to pouring new wine into old wineskins. For the church to flourish, it is more crucial that we come to terms with the flaws of clericalism within the very structure of the church and move beyond its patriarchal matrix. Long continued. The bishop praised Pope Francis for unleashing a new energy and pouring a new wine upon the church. Pope Francis has unleashed new energy. He has poured a new wine which cannot be contained in old wineskins, he said. Well, you know where he's going with this. He added later in his talk that such a new wine is leading to a transformation of the priesthood. I firmly believe that we are on the threshold of renewal and transformation of the priesthood. Like the wedding feast of Cana, the wine of old has served the church well, but it is running out. The old way of being a priest has likewise well served the church we love, but that model of the exalted, separated, and elitist priesthood is drawing its last breaths, at least in many parts of the world, including Australia. There is a better wine that the good Lord has prepared for us. All right, hold on. The new wine of God's unconditional love, boundless mercy, radical inclusivity, and equality needs to be poured into new wineskins of humility, mutuality, compassion, and powerlessness. Wow. The old wineskins of triumphalism, authoritarianism, and supremacy, abetted by clerical power, superiority, and rigidity, are breaking. Wow. Okay, so, all right, so that's what he had to say. So, LifeSite News is good because they, now I'm going to read to you, they'll put in things like what other popes have said, and they, when it's appropriate, they put in some apologetics and things, so, they're real good with that. Other sites don't really do that. Anyway, so we'll continue. St. Pope John Paul II reaffirmed in his encyclical, here we go, Ordinatio Sacerdotales. However, the doctrine that women can never become priests, teaching Pope Francis's own choice for prefect of the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith, has recently called infallible. To put an end to all doubt, John Paul II wrote, I declare that the Church has no authority whatsoever to confer priestly ordination on women, and that this judgment is to be definitively held by all the Church's faithful. Yeah, so the article goes on and on here. Um, well, honestly, I have mixed feelings about female priests, believe it or not. Um, but so I don't really want to say anything. I don't even want to say what my mixed feelings are about this. I think I was just going to leave this alone. But there's a lot more to the article. I mean, I'm not going to read it, but there might be something in here that will, help you in some way, or well, we'll leave that to the Holy Spirit. Well, okay, that's it for that story, and enjoy your day or evening wherever you are, and we'll talk to you later. And it's prayer time for those. For even if one person prays, I know at least one person prays at the end of the news story. So, and so I mean that's good enough for me. I mean I hope you all would at least occasionally anyway. The prayers add up. They're good. It's good stuff, and they're all prayers about priests, and I mean the prayers are relevant to what's going on. So I mean we're not praying Hail Mary here. I mean not that there's anything wrong with that, but we're praying prayers that specifically have to do with the condition of our church. Okay, that's it. Bye.